and welcome to the Blindfold Chess Podcast.
This week, we are looking at the youngest national champion in Finnish history, the first Canadian woman to earn the Women's Grandmaster title, the first Canadian woman to earn the FIDE Master title, and popular streamer and model Nemo Zhou. At the start of the millennium, January 6, 2000, Qe2 Zhou was born in Jingzhou, China. As a toddler, her family moved from China to France so her dad could work at the French Institute for Research in Computer Science and Automation, while her mom worked with her doctorate in English linguistics. Around this time, Qe2 got the nickname Nemo from her parents because of her interest in aquarium, and the movie Finding Nemo was popular around this time. At the age of 3, she became interested in chess. In an interview with Varsity Tutors, she said she saw, quote, friendly-looking chess pieces in a storefront window. Shortly after that, she joined a local chess club, and within a month, she was able to defeat 10-year-olds. At the age of 4, her family moved from France to Finland for a new university position for her father. After moving to Finland, she got her first coach, Joni Tolonen. Within 1 year of starting to work with Tolonen, Nemo played in and won the Under-10 section of the National Finnish Youth Championships with a score of 6 out of 7. She won the Under-10 section as a 5-year-old to become a national champion for her age group. If you look up pictures of her winning the tournament, she is literally half the size of her opponents. The story of her success was published in a national textbook for elementary students called Suomi. After winning, she qualified for the World Youth Chess Championship. She participated in the Under-10 division as a 5-year-old, where she met an 11-year-old Ho Yifan, who Nemo considered to be one of her biggest role models. While in Finland, she repeated as the Under-10 champion at the age of 7, 8, and 9. When she was 8, she went to the World Youth Chess Championship in Vietnam, where she earned a silver medal in the Under-8 division. At the age of 10, she played for the Finnish Women's National Chess Championship in 2010 with the adults, and she won, becoming the youngest national champion in the history of the country. The next year, she and her family relocated from Finland to Canada, switching federations in the process. According to her website dedicated to her achievements, Canada has 20 times more chess tournaments than Finland. And at the age of 12, she won the girls under-12 division in Canada. And at the age of 13, she won the girls under-14 division. In 2013, she almost quit chess due to a poor performance at the World Youth Chess Championship, where she scored 7 out of 11 and fell out of the top 10 in the standings. She said she was too confident in every game and pushed for several draws, 2 losses, and refused to accept draws. Regrouping in 2014, she won the gold medal in the under-14 girls division at the World Youth Championships in South Africa, becoming a world champion in her age group. She also placed second at the girls under-18 division at the North American Youth Chess Championship, going undefeated in the process, and by winning, she earned her Women's International Master title at the age of 14. Staying in 2014, her FIDE rating climbed almost 200 points from 1971 to 2157. She also competed in the Women's Olympiad team for Team Canada on Board 4, where Team Canada finished in 41st out of 136 countries. After 2014, her chess ambitions subsided for a bit. She had accomplished her childhood dream of becoming a world champion, and she spent a little bit of time picking up pole vaulting, basketball, and badminton. In 2015, at the age of 15, she went back to chess, playing in the North American Under-18 Championship, and she won, and by winning, she automatically earned her Women's International Master title. From July to September of 2015, she played in 43 tournament games, and her rating exploded. She jumped from 2184 to a new high of 2367. She broke into the top 100 of rated women in the world and broke into the top 10 girls rating at the age of 16. By crossing the 2300 rating barrier, she earned her FIDE Master title, becoming Canada's first women's FIDE Master, and she got her 3 norms needed to earn her women's Grandmaster title, becoming Canada's first women Grandmaster, all in the span of 2 months. That wasn't it, though. She also competed in the Canadian Women's Championship, winning the event by a full point. Then she played in the top board of Team Canada at the 2016 Olympiad, with Canada finishing in 39th out of 139 countries. By winning the Women's Canadian Championship, she was invited to compete in the Women's World Championship tournament in 2017, where she was seeded at 54th. She lost in the first round to Natalia Pagonia, who was the 11th seed, 1.5 to half in the first round. In 2018, she went back to the Chess Olympiad with Team Canada on board 2, with the team finishing in 38th out of 150 countries. The following year, she played on the University of Toronto chess team, where her team won all 5 matches to win the Ivy League Challenge. Around the time of the pandemic, she joined a handful of streams with fellow Canadian Alexandra and Andrea Botes before starting her own channel, aka Numsco. Within 1 year of starting her own stream, she was at 100,000 Twitch followers. She partnered with Chess.com and started doing streams with other well-known chess content creators like Hikaru Nakamura and Levi Roseman, and she became the first chess player to sign an esports contract by signing up with Counter Logic Gaming. With all of that success, she decided to drop out of university in 2021 to focus on streaming full-time. In 2021, she also qualified for the World Cup with a 7.5 out of 8 score, but she lost in the first round to Vaishali Rameshbabu. In the last couple of years, she has been able to make a slight pivot. Her channels still focus on chess, but she has also been able to try new ideas, like modeling, traveling, and poker, including participating in the Celebrity Poker Tour in Las Vegas, where she took home a $20,000 prize. As of early 2026, she has grown her Twitch follower count to over 365,000 and her YouTube channel to over 600,000 subscribers with more than 500 million views. For our game this week, we are going back to the Women's Olympiad of 2014. Nemo Zhou versus Julia Novkovic. Now, if we're ready, let's begin.
1. Pawn to e4. Pawn to c5. Two, knight f3. Pawn to d6. Three, pawn to d4. Pawn c captures d4. 4. Knight captures d4. Knight f6. Five. Knight c3. Knight c6. 6. Bishop g5.
We are in a Sicilian opening with the Rouser attack. This is a super flexible setup for the black pieces. White is trying to castle quickly, usually on the queen side, but white is also trying to exert pressure on the d5 square by attacking a defender of the d5 square with the knight that is on f6.
Bishop d7. Seven, Bishop e2. Rook c8. Eight, castle kingside. Pawn to a6. Nine, king h1. Pawn to e6. Ten, queen d2. Pawn to h6. 11, Bishop e3. Knight e5. Twelve, pawn to f4. Knight e to g4.
This is a semi-critical move in the game. The move knight e to g4 is different from the idea of knight to c4. Both moves target the dark square bishop that is on e3. If you were in white's shoes, what would you do in this position?
Thirteen, Bishop g1.
The move bishop to g1 is the key difference between knight e to g4 and knight to c4. If the black knight went to c4, the dark square bishop and the white queen are under attack, being on the e3 and d2 squares, forcing white to give up her bishop pair, with the bishop that is on e2 capturing on c4. Instead, black played knight e to g4, just attacking the bishop that is on e3. Since white does not need to give up her bishop pair, she retreated the bishop back to g1. On paper, all of these are considered equal trades, a bishop for a knight, but in a Sicilian or like a more dynamic type of position, you don't know which minor piece will be superior to the others, so if you do not need to trade them off, it may be best if you don't.
Pawn to h5. Fourteen, Bishop f3. Queen c7. Fifteen, Rook a to e1. Bishop e7. Sixteen, Queen e2. Queen c4. Seventeen, pawn to e5. Pawn d captures e5. 18. Pawn f captures e5. Knight d5.
The move knight to d5 is a bit of a tactical misstep from black. Can you see how white can capitalize on this position?
(19) Queen captures c4. Rook captures c4. Knight captures d5. Pawn e captures d5. Bishop captures d5.
White captured the pawn that is on d5, going ahead a pawn, but in the process they are also attacking the undefended rook that is on c4 and the pawn that is on f7 with the white rook that is on f1.
Rook c5. Bishop captures f7 check. King d8. Pawn to e6. Bishop c6. Knight f5. Rook captures c2. Bishop b6 check. Black resigns.
The bishop that we were able to protect back on move 12 is the piece that ends the game. Can you see why black resigned in this position? Black is currently in check. Their only legal move is king to c8. Black is exerting pressure on the g2 pawn with the bishop that is on c6 and the rook that is on c2. But white has the in-between move of knight captures on e7 check, which is going up a piece. Black's only legal move is king to b8. Then white can pick up another piece with knight captures on c6 with check. After the rook captures from c2 to c6, white is up a piece. She has a passed pawn, she has the bishop pair, and she has two connected rooks. A scholastic chess phenom, the youngest Finnish national champion, winning the Finnish Women's National Championship, winning the Canadian Women's National Championship, playing in multiple Olympiads, World Cups, and Women's World Championships, becoming Canada's first FIDE Master and Women's Grandmaster, Nemo Zhou has broken record after record, and now she has continued to build herself a successful social media career. We can only wait to see what she comes up with next. She does have a marvelous quote of, quote, "In the Finnish textbook, my life forever stays at the age of 5. But I need to live in the real life because success belongs in the past." End quote. So that is all that we have for this week. Tune in next time where we will continue to work on our blindfold skills and look at another game of the Masters.